Good morning everyone, welcome to Little Church and a Happy New Year to everyone. There was someone whose New Year's resolution was to read more, so he turned on the subtitles on his TV. Many people stayed up late for New Year's Eve, not so much to see the new year in, but to make sure the last year left. So today we're going to be looking at Acts chapter 9, verses 1 to 21. So maybe you can get someone in your group to read that passage out, Acts chapter 9, verses 1 to 21. So the first question for today is, what stands out to you in this story? Well, what stands out to me in this passage from Acts is, in fact, the character or the person of Ananias. Obviously the story focuses on Saul, but I feel like Ananias here is also a bit of a hero, because he hears from the Lord and he pushes back a bit and says, well, how can it be that Saul is the one who's going to follow you? And God assures him that Saul is going to be his chosen instrument. And so Ananias obeys out of great courage, really. He goes to Saul eventually and stands up for him in the face of many believers who are wondering, how can this be? He really appeals to people and says, well, actually, this conversion of Saul's is genuine. We should listen to him. So the next question for today is, what does this passage say about Jesus? Well, what this story reveals to me about Jesus is that he can appear to people in visions and speak to them. He appears to Saul very clearly, and he appears to Ananias, or at least he speaks to Ananias. And God, Jesus, still appears to people in dreams and visions today. I mean, I've heard of some people in remote tribes who've never had missionaries visit them or tell them about Jesus, and yet they've seen Jesus in visions and dreams. So the next question for today is, what does this story tell us about people or about ourselves? Well, for me, this passage reminds me that people can change. And it's often easier to believe that someone will never change, that their character just remains the same. But here we learn that God has changed someone so dramatically. They're just a completely different person. He's given them, he gave Saul a new heart. And this is an incredible story of transformation. Finally, I want to leave you with a question which you may want to just ponder for a little bit and then share with the person next to you and pray with them. And this is kind of a New Year's resolution question, but I think it's a bit deeper than that. Just in the light of what you've just read, but also perhaps what's going on in your life, what is something you would like to take up, let go of, or change in yourself this year? I'll repeat that. What is something you would like to take up, let go of, or change in yourself this year? So thank you for joining me and the little churches today, and I hope and pray that you have a blessed week, and we'll see you at Big Church next Sunday. God bless.